Both wanna be right, lose sight, can't cut with one blade in a scissor. Are you willing to go?
Well, there you are, right there. You've done it. You found it in the giant sea of cool podcast. You finally found the one that kicks the cool straight to the curb. I'm your little brother Wopsle.
Yeah.
I'm your big sister Shishi.
And I am your big little brother Tone.
And we are the ones that kick the cool to the curb. Is that what we say at that point?
Do we? Are you sure?
Yeah, I think you already said that.
Oh, and this is the place that gives you the reviews you didn't know you needed. Now, I don't know if we've said this publicly, but we're recording in the evenings more often now than we used to. And everything just gets kind of mellow, gets kind of sincere. And so I wanted to start off today by doing something that's heavy on my heart. I think we need to be frank with our listeners.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's time to be frank because this whole time you've been she, you've been Tone, I've been Wop. Just for once. Just for once. Let's be frank. No, I was thinking we say a lot of dumb stuff on this podcast, but not all of it is frank. So do you guys have anything that you feel like it's time to come clean and be frank about? Is there anything that you just know that you've said or that we did or that we've, that's happened on this podcast that you need to be frank about?
Sometimes when I'm telling a story, I don't get the details quite right, and that bothers me. But I can't really think of anything, because I'm not going to come back and fact check myself and do a disclaimer every single episode. But I think that everything I've said has been as sincere and true as I possibly can make it. I don't believe I've ever said anything that wasn't true. Frankly.
Really?
See, that's important because some people doubted whether or not you've dated Bill Gates. So it's good to clear up that is sincere.
Yeah. That was sincere. That was an actual true thing that happened in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that was frank.
Okay.
That was very frank.
Okay.
Well, and what's great is if you put an S on it, it's a totally different thing that I love. Some Franks. Are you kidding me? Serve up some Franks, some beanies and weenies. Get out of here.
So are you being Franks right now?
I am being Franks.
Okay, good.
It's hard to illustrate, and my body's moving just like a Frank.
Wait.
Right now.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I think mine is too, because I'm just standing here.
After you said that, I immediately started trying to make a Frank, and I couldn't figure it out. I'm trying real hard. Not make myself into one. Yeah.
Well, not construct one out of whatever you have on your desk.
One. No, I think it's very important that we're clear in this segment because, we're being truthful.
If we aren't being frank in this segment about being frank, we're really missing something. Well,
that's right.
Let me tell you what really made me think about this is because we've got mugs for sale and we haven't sold a mug in a while. Maybe everybody that wanted one got one, but I've got to thinking, we say a lot of things. We talk about our Patreon. We talk about how much money people, false eyelashes are paying us on our 5-star review. We talk a lot about different revenue streams. I thought it could be wise for us to be frank and say, we don't have a Patreon or any way to make money. We don't actually advertise. In fact, the only time we advertised for my buddy with Llewellyn Rings, I think it's time to be frank. He paid us $1 American to do that just so we can say that he paid us.
Now we're getting frank. All right.
That's a little too frank for my taste.
Well, I wondered. That's real tasty, Frank.
Yeah.
I wondered if people don't believe us that we have mugs for sale because everything else we say is so crazy, right?
Well, we do have the buy me a coffee too. Okay, so let's lay it out on the line.
Be frank.
I'm going to be frank with a capital F.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. So we have mugs for sale. You may buy one, and you may buy one by either telling me you want one and we'll figure it out, or you can go and buy a coffee. You can go buy 4 coffees So that's what we have. That's all
Just
we have.
anywhere
And that's
you
true.
are, anywhere
Any
you happen
coffees,
to be.
any
Just buy-
coffees will do.
If,
I don't know
if
how you're going to
at
get them to
Dunkin'-
me.
If you're at Dunkin' Donuts and you buy 4 coffees, they're going to hand you a Kick the Cool mug.
I kicked the cool mug. Yeah. Yeah.
But I have to get those coffees. That's the thing.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I already have such a large amount of coffee in my life that I don't need anymore. So, but yeah, we do need to be frank. We are paying every month, every year to give this show to you.
Yeah.
We're not getting anything. We are spending money out of our pockets to give you the things you didn't know you needed. The reviews you didn't know you
Yeah.
needed.
That's how important we think this is.
Right.
And that's sincere.
Wait, is that Frank?
That's Frank.
And that's
That's
Frank.
a big Frank.
I don't care what you say. That's just Frank.
We have now confused the issues so far that no one will ever believe anything.
Go to Kick.Cool and buy a coffee and just see what happens. I think that's Frank.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's Frank.
There might be an explosion of like party favors or whatever those things are. Like there might be a bunch of balloons fly out of your computer. You don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't
You
know
don't
until
know.
you try.
You really don't know until you try.
You have
Yeah.
no idea.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We don't know either.
Mm-hmm.
I've never bought us a coffee. Have you?
Yeah, I actually have.
Nope.
Oh.
You have?
Yeah, I have. I think I put a fake name on it though, just to get the ball rolling. We're being frank. I bought our first coffee and named it like Stuart Little bought us a coffee just so that people would think, oh wow, everybody loves buying these people coffees. But it was me. It was me. Okay, well listen, being frank was nice, but we are going to cut that out and continue being anti-Frank for the rest of this episode. Because we've got a-
Anti-Frank. Whoa.
Right.
Goodness, that's kind of a 360, isn't it?
Well, that's I think Bizarro Frank. Here we are, Bizarro Frank. Rest of the episode, because we got important reviews to get to for the people. So this is what people are paying all of the coffees for, and buying all the mugs for, and supporting us on the 5-star reviews for, is so that people can get the reviews they didn't know you needed.
And it's the reason why I have a jacket made of cash. It's just made of cash.
So, in order for me to finish off because my jacket's only halfway done, so we got to at least do this episode.
And the only thing in my cargo pants pockets is cash.
Just straight cash. So,
Bulging with cash.
I'll lend you
we've-
some for your jacket.
so we've become accustomed to a certain lifestyle that depends on these expertly crafted reviews. So this week, you are up first. What have you brought for us?
Well, since I am first up this week, I brought a listener suggestion to the table. Our listener, Brittany S., wanted us to review literally. The word literally.
Did she literally want us to review it?
Literally, apparently, she wanted us to literally review literally. Can we stop saying it now? Can we just go to the next review?
It's going to get so old so fast, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, it will.
Okay, well, yeah, especially if you keep throwing them around like they're, 2-cent candy. Like we're not at a parade. Stop throwing the candy literallys around. So, Tone, what do you think about the word literally?
The dictionary entry on Microsoft Bing is it says this: used for emphasis or to express strong feeling while not being literally true. That's the definition. Today's definition of the word literally. Express strong feeling while not being literally true.
So you can't do that. You can't use the word to describe the word.
Even
That's
worse
against
than
the
that,
rules.
it is even worse than that. They used the word to say not this. Like literally.
Yeah.
What does literally mean? Well, not literally.
Not the way we
Not
just
literally.
used it. Not the way we just used it to describe itself.
Oh, that's so good. Well, I think I love how aspirational, like very few words can change, like they can alter their meanings, or like, like cool used to mean a temperature, and then it can also mean like wearing sunglasses and a backwards hat. So some words like kind of shift and change, but literally like flipped the word. It just was like, hey, now I don't mean that. I mean the opposite of that from here on out. And like, it takes a lot of guts to do that. I feel like we could all learn something from literally. You can be whatever you want to be. You know, I think it's aspirational.
I like that.
I think that is really great. Really, really, really great.
I'm so curious to what you think about the word literally.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an English purist. Like, it really takes a lot. I know the English is a living language, and but I have a lot of pet peeves about grammar, and you know, I don't know. I guess it's because I worked really hard to learn the rules. And so when people are getting by and making more money than me and they don't know the rules, it really pisses me off. So I have all of these feelings about it. So literally is funny if you're using it to be funny, but somebody who's just using it, you know, because they don't know what it really means. They don't know that they really mean figuratively. Right. And it's for emphasis. I get it. It's fine. But did you know that the past tense of the word sneak used to be sneaked with an ED? And now it's snuck because everybody started saying snuck. And that used to drive me crazy. Well, this is kind of the same way. I got over snuck and I'm getting over literally. I still use it to be funny, but it's fine.
Now, I heard it the other day in a way that it's one of my favorite things to come up with the most oddball ways that someone would use the word literally. This one, I think I said it on this podcast before, but on this basketball game that I play, NBA 2K, on this game, the guy says, he was literally on another planet. What planet? Hey, Carl, what planet?
He was literally on a figurative other planet.
Right. Even that. That's not doing it either.
Because I feel like whenever you're using literally incorrectly, which like now is the new correct way, it's confusing, but like it's still something plausible. I would say like, oh, I could literally eat a horse right now. You know, it's like, I'm not that hungry, but it's like somewhat plausible. The funniest thing about that, Tony, is that he's like literally on another planet is not plausible whatsoever.
Right.
That's way funnier.
Right. Yes, totally. Yes, my hair is literally on fire. That's plausible. That could happen.
Right. Plausible.
But
yeah.
No, yeah.
That guy is literally the tallest man in the world.
Yeah, you can say that.
There's only one person that's literally the tallest man in the world.
Yeah.
Right. And I bet it's documented. I bet we actually
and we know who that guy is.
Come on. If you were that tall, there's no way you wouldn't be checking the Guinness Book of World Records going, let me just see what they got in here, you know?
I think the tallest guy died. So I wonder who the second tallest was. He's now moved up.
Did he cheer? Did he have a party whenever the number one guy died?
He was like, yes.
He was watching him.
They had a death watch party at his house, just waiting, literally.
Isn't it interesting that every single person who has ever lived or will ever live has a very short span of time where they are literally the youngest person on Earth? They hold the world record, literally.
Yeah.
For being the youngest person.
And they go and so your baby ass goes to the the people and you're like, hey, I'm the youngest. They're like, no, dude, there's been like 4 since you.
Yeah. Right. A minute later.
The second and a half it took you to walk over here, several babies have been born.
Now go back to your incubator or whatever you're supposed to be in. Right. Weird
walk
baby.
Back over there, climb up in the egg.
Back in your pod. Literally, baby, walk over there to your pod.
Hey, literal baby. Walk back over to your pod.
That's
Hook yourself back up to the Matrix.
That's a good one if you tell somebody you are literally being an asshole. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Literally.
What?
I
You know the
stink
new
and
usage. It's not my fault. Ooh.
Well, I think y'all might have just answered a question for me because I was going to ask, how can you say something is literally something now? Like, is there a separate word we're supposed to use?
I think it's all tone of voice.
Well, that's what I was gonna say because the way that you guys
Right.
just said that, it was like very like forceful. As in like, okay, wait, I don't doubt that this is literally something.
If you're
happening
saying
right
it in
Right.
an exaggerated way, I think that is hyperbole. If you just say, I was literally on the floor. I don't know. I literally fell down. That even sounds kind of silly. That even sounds funny. So I don't know. I don't know.
now. There are no rules.
The rules.
Oh man.
Well, what
Does
are
no
some?
one care about the rules anymore?
No, they don't.
Nope.
Well, to kind of expand on this idea, I know there are lots of words that we use wrong that, maybe, I don't know. What do you think? Do you have any
What? The words that we use wrong?
any other words that we all use wrong?
Well, I think that when Wapsa was, talking earlier about this, there's no word in history of the English language has done what it literally has done. Like no one's ever said, you know what? Not only am I going to change the definition of myself, I'm going to do the exact opposite. That's never happened in the history of the world.
Yeah, it's like it would be like if someone was like, "Hey, my leg got amputated," and what that meant is they grew their leg back. Right? It's like, wait, how did amputated become growing a limb back? But like it's that far fetched.
Right.
It's the opposite of what it's supposed to mean. Now it means the
what
other.
if they put literally in front of that? I literally grew my leg back. What does that mean?
So it's a double negative, so that means he lost his leg.
Right.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, yeah. So I think we're fixing it.
I think that it is crucial that we start saying literally every time just to make ourselves laugh. Because I know every time I think of that guy saying he was literally on another planet, I'm gonna laugh every time. So I think we've got to start. We've got to join the fun. Yes, and
Yes.
Yes, and life. Yes, and life. It's all improv, isn't it? The entire world is just an improv stage.
just an improv.
Just one big improv stage.
God, I've been
Literally.
getting so deep, literally so deep lately.
This is literally the deepest our podcast has ever been.
Guys, let us wrap this up, please. Tony, what do you rate the word literally?
Oh my goodness!
This is going to be tough, you guys. Maybe we should just bring out the stars. We just need to bring out the stars.
I'm going to rate the word literally. Is that what we're reviewing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to rate the word literally 12 out of 12. The word literally, I'm going to rate it 12 out of 12 players on Saturn.
Why did you choose basketball players?
Because I was playing basketball when I heard that. So yeah.
You're playing basketball? Oh.
When I heard when the guy said,
I think I
yeah.
missed that part. I wasn't listening.
Shishi is literally on another planet.
Right.
I can't breathe. Wow, I have a really slow connection right now, guys.
Right.
That's why.
It takes like a year for everything to get here. I don't know how you're keeping up with it.
It took this sound a year to get to me. Tony, you're going to have a lot of editing to do with this. You're going to really. Okay, Wap, so what do you rate the word literally?
Okay, I like it quite a bit, so I'm going to rate it pretty high. I'm going to go 2 out of 10 grown back limbs.
Literally grew my arm
Literally.
back.
Okay, I'm going to rate the word literally 15 out of 15 flames on my head because my hair's literally on fire. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's the That's the second time you said that, and I was thinking that too. But why is the phrase "literally head on fire"? Why is that a thing?
Right.
You know when you're running around crazy and you say my hair's on fire? Have you never heard that phrase? You've never heard anyone say?
Apparently, I have.
Yeah, it's
Is
just
that kind of like a chicken with their head literally cut off? Is it kind of the same thing?
not in my world.
Okay. Your hair is literally on fire. No, see, it changes it when it's someone telling you. Then you're like, you need to be more specific.
I think we figured it out. I think we figured out how to make it, what the difference is between exaggerated and real. It's if someone is telling you about yourself.
Right.
You're literally on fire.
You're on a different planet, literally.
What?
Oh, no, never mind. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold
I
up.
was standing right here. I thought I was right here in front of you. Wow. Okay, well, literally was literally the most helpful review we've ever given.
Thank you,
to
Brittany
anybody.
S. for
So,
that
Thanks,
suggestion.
Brittany S.
Thanks, Brittany. What a great topic. So let's keep these topics rolling. Tone, you're up next this week. What do you got for us?
You know, I just got out of the emergency room, and I think we should talk about it because when it says emergency room, it seems like that should include a lot of stuff, because there are times where I got to go to the bathroom and it's an emergency. Wopsle, what do you think about emergency rooms?
I think we got to start with the name of emergency room, because like if you're going to the emergency room, like it's definitely an emergency, which I know it really is, but like it's already like inducing panic in me just thinking about the fact that sometimes people have to go to the emergency room.
Right.
Like I feel like couldn't we come up with a calmer name for it, but with the same purpose?
Yeah.
Like the help center.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You took the words out of my mouth. I'm going to the help room.
Yeah.
I need some help.
The place with helpers. The place with helpers there. Because as far as I know, I only went to the emergency room once in my life, and it's whenever I fell off the tractor and then got run over by said tractor.
Right.
And hurt myself so bad.
Literally.
And we had to rush me. It was literally an emergency.
Yes.
So we rushed me into the emergency room. And like, I probably just, I looked up and saw emergency room and I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was that bad, right? But like now I'm here, it must be an emergency. Yeah. So that's the first thing I think.
Yeah,
about.
maybe we should call it, instead of emergency, maybe we should call it the you're probably fine, but you can't wait until your doctor's office is open room. Can we call it that? You're probably fine, but you just want to check to see room.
Right. You WebMD'd yourself, and now you need to find out if you were right or not.
Yeah.
You fell down the stairs and you're hoping your leg is broken so you don't have to go back to work that day. So you go to the room and it's fine and you have to go back to work. That happened to me. That's why. Anyway.
Yeah, I looked over and saw a sign that said emergency room and I freaked out. If I looked over and seen a sign that said, this is the name of the room, first off, you're going to be okay.
Right.
Comma. But you're here just as precautionary measures, period, semicolon. Someone will be with you shortly to help you out. And would you like a soda?
Right.
Room.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the name of it.
People are here to help you out, and would you like a soda? Room.
And in case it's bad, we won't let you die.
Right.
Right.
Well, hey, I was sitting in the emergency room waiting for them because they were doing something with Russell's medicine, and so I couldn't go back there yet. So they had me waiting, and while I was waiting, I heard a woman say behind me to another man who was sitting in these chairs waiting as well, and I heard this lady say, "Are you not able to breathe?" And this guy goes, I can't breathe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so she runs over to the check-in desk and says, hey, this guy says he can't breathe. We might want to get someone out here. And they were about as concerned as if I had just let them listen to thus far in the podcast.
Yeah,
that's about how interested they were.
Complete disinterest.
That was going to be my point. It's called the emergency room. Shouldn't they be in a little more of a hurry? Shouldn't they be a little bit more emergent? That's all. It's like, because I've taken kids in there that were in pain. I hardly ever go myself, but it's like, now you're telling me that even if you can't breathe, they're not going to pick up the pace.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Hey, here I am at the emergency room, and they say, "Oh, hey, thank you for coming, sir. Please have a seat in the waiting room."
Yes.
Like, wait a minute. That's the opposite of what I need right now.
Yes. That should be on the front of the building, waiting room. That's what it should be called.
And therefore, all waiting rooms will now be known as emergency rooms, and all emergency rooms will now be known as waiting rooms. It's gonna
interchangeable. Basically interchangeable.
Yeah. Basically.
Next time I sprain my ankle, I'm going to go to my insurance agent and just sit out there and wait for him to see me.
In the waiting room.
Well, I have some really funny news here. The reason that Russell ended up sitting in the waiting room for 4 hours, went into the emergency where it said emergency room, but we all know that's the waiting room. And so he went into the waiting room, sat there for 4 hours, and then they finally said, "Okay, we have an ER bed open. We'll bring you to the ER bed." And then so now he's still in the ER bed because they don't have any open beds
because of COVID. Yep.
And I know, and I knew that this was going to probably be the funniest moment of the podcast, so I really wanted to make sure and get it in there.
You made sure that we all knew how funny it was. Yeah.
COVID's pretty funny.
Yeah. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh or you'll cry.
Now about the guy who couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
His news is not so good.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. I was like, how are we supposed to recover from this?
I kind of knew it, but I didn't know it enough to like call you out on it.
Save that for after the podcast, Tone.
Now, one thing, there's two things that I always think of. Every time someone says emergency, I think of emergency. Isn't that like a vitamin supplement where you get a bunch of vitamin C?
Yeah,
it's called emergency.
Yes.
Because it's vitamin C that you're supposed to take when you have an emergency. I'm sorry, guys, but maybe y'all don't know that that's not how vitamins work. You don't take a...
It's because it's vitamin C.
Right.
Right? Isn't it?
Like, oh man.
Yeah.
Am I being too literal right?
Quick, give me some vitamin C. Hurry, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to make it. So you're in the waiting room of the tire shop. I don't care, just give me the vitamin C. I got to have some.
And change my wipers while you're at it.
Right. Also, emergency is how all of the early space, what are those things called?
Astronauts?
Like it's how astronauts used to end their space missions. Emerge in C. So they would come out too. So
now do we should we tell you how bad of a joke that is, or do you just want to live in your own little land, fairy tale land?
I think just leave it in there and we'll see, we'll see what mom thinks. Okay. We'll see what our listener thinks.
Oh, I love it. Okay, well, I tell you what, there's no time like the present to rate this puppy. Wobsle, what do you rate emergency rooms?
Even though I think the emergency rooms are there to help people, so I'm going to have to rate them pretty high. I'm going to say 1,200 milligrams of vitamin C.
Nice.
I don't know if that's a lot or if that's a little bit.
All right, Shishi, what are you going to rate the emergency room?
I'm going to rate the emergency room 15 out of the 20 minutes that I'll have to wait to be seen while my hair is on fire.
If this isn't an emergency, I don't know what is. My hair is literally on fire.
Okay, we'll take care of you as soon as we can. Just go to the waiting room. And then somebody sitting there in the waiting room goes, Miss, Her hair is literally on fire. Does something need to happen differently than what is currently happening? All right, I'm going to rate emergency rooms. My name is literally Frank.
Wow. That was a big old fat bow tying it all together right there. That's next level.
That's how you got to do it.
That was like someone who drew their arrow back and waited for all the rings to line up on the strings, and they shot the arrow through all the rings.
And then split another arrow in half.
And then split another arrow in half on the bullseye.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
on that high note, it seems like the obvious choice is to make our way into the 5-star review. Let's go.
5 stars.
That you can't when you're left with a stain. You're so damn fed up that you gotta complain. Write a letter. You'll feel better. Reviews.
This week on our frankest episode yet, we are proudly sponsored by Smelling Good.
Smelling good.
Everybody loves somebody smelling good.
Yeah.
So why don't you get out there and smell good?
And how do you propose we do that? Just need
Right?
some suggestions.
Bathe.
Bathe.
I-
Step one.
And I will point out that smelling good is different for each person. The word good is subjective. And so
Exactly.
maybe not smell so strongly of good that it reaches other people that you don't intend to reach.
Yeah, because good is subjective, and also good too much ceases
Is
to be
bad.
good.
Right.
So this needs
There
to be
we
clear.
go.
Too much good is
Yes.
bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Too much of a good thing.
Well, and that's what Smelling Good really asks
Yep.
us to try to push for them, is not just smelling good, but like smelling good in moderation. Because some of y'all are out of control out there, and you know who you are. Or if you don't know who you are, ask everyone, is it me?
Yeah. If you don't know
Right.
who you are, you might want to figure that out. You might want to find out for sure.
Statistics say 1 out of 10 people smell too good so much that they've come around and it's too much and it's bad. So if you're in a room with 10 people and you can't smell anybody
Everyone
else,
else is fine.
It's you.
It's you.
then it's you.
But you don't
you
know
need to
whether
deal with
which end of the spectrum you're on, right? You don't know whether you're
Oh, right.
not smelling. You did not use enough smelly good, or you used too much smelly good.
And
Mm-hmm.
right now you're not sure you may have COVID if you can't smell anyone else. So
Right.
so you just don't know.
Here's the thing. Get yourself a sniff circle. That's going to be step one, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Just sniff and left to the left and to the
Yes.
right with people that you can trust.
Yes. Yeah.
And just start sniffing and just see where that leads to.
I would like to see video of that, please.
Right. Hey, y'all come over and sniff with us. About 7:00, we'll be sniffing.
Just be
I
sniffing.
encourage you to I encourage you to go look up this video I saw. It was a news report of people who actually, like when they're testing deodorant, they have a sheet with a hole for someone's armpit, and you stand behind the armpit and they have just a row of holes in the sheet for people to put their armpits up to, and one person goes by and smells all of their armpits. It's a real thing.
And why?
It's a
why?
testing deodorant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a
So
real
they've like
thing.
applied deodorant
Yes.
and now it's a sniff
And like they
test.
go run on a treadmill or something, and then they come over and stick their arms up to that hole and get sniffed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's so
I
weird.
don't like that. I don't like that one a little bit.
No.
That's what you're asking for. That's the sniff circle. It's
I think
anonymous.
being anonymous
Is it
makes it worse.
anonymous?
Anonymous is way
Yeah.
worse. Yes, yes.
Okay. I
Yeah,
buy
it's way
that.
worse.
Yeah.
So, anyway, smelling good. That's really important to them that you all know about them.
Thanks for your
So,
sponsorship.
yes.
Smelling good.
Give them your business,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, I can't wait to spend that money. Okay.
So, anyway, thank you. Thank you, smelling
Thank you,
good.
smelling
Thank you,
good.
smelling good.
Damn fed up that you gotta complain. Write a letter. You'll
Well, today for our last review, we've got to do something that I think we're all pretty familiar with. I know that I am. I want us to review the art of complaining.
Oh, man.
So, she get us started. What do you think about complaining?
That sucks.
This topic sucks.
God. I can't believe you thought this was a good topic. It's like, ugh.
What a terrible
I'm so
topic.
sleepy, too. Spilled mustard on my shirt.
Did he mean to say that?
I think we're going from complaining into insulting territory.
Oh, right.
Complaining and insulting
when you're
are two different
complaining
things.
behind someone's back about somebody, then I don't think it's complaining. It might still be technically classified as that, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Now, if what I was doing something a little different. I was complaining about you behind your back while you were listening.
Right. Yeah.
Where you can hear it.
Ballsy.
Behind my back, in my front.
ballsy.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys think? When is it okay to complain? Is it ever okay to complain?
That's the universal question, isn't it?
It really is.
Because, I mean, people say, oh, I'm here anytime you need to vent. Anytime you need to vent. Well, what's venting? That's complaining. You know, that's all it is complaining.
Yes.
And with no solution, basically. So apparently it's fine to complain as long as you call it venting.
You can complain if you want to.
Yeah, I think that
You can complain if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Because if you don't complain and if your friends don't complain, then they're no friends of mine.
You don't like complaining friends. No, you don't like non-complaining friends. We complain. We complain. Everybody look at your hands. We complain. We complain. We're gonna do a little dance.
I think that complaining venting/complaining can be really helpful to release tension, but I think it's kind of like it can be addictive, you know. You can get too deep into it and just if that's your main mode of communication, that can suck really bad for the people around you and for yourself.
Brings everybody down.
Yeah. And you may not even realize that you're bringing yourself down.
I think, but here's what, let's be honest though. Does complaining sometimes make you feel better?
Yes. Yes. And this is a great point to make. Like, you need to, in every conversation you have, you need to know, do I need to be in help mode or do I need to be in listen mode? Because sometimes it's the most irritating thing in the world when you just want to complain and somebody's like, every time you bring up a complaint topic, somebody's like, well, here's how to fix that in 2 seconds. You know?
I think he's talking about me.
What? You feel like you just got put on blast?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think like, for example, like, so my back is hurt right now. And I tell my wife, Amy, about how bad it hurts probably every 15 minutes.
Right.
And like, she does not need that information. And like, there's nothing that she can do to help. And she's not really even sympathizing with me because by this point she's so annoyed, but it still makes me feel better just to say like, ugh, my back hurts. Like it's like, it like releases some of the like pain or frustration just by saying it out loud.
It's like misery loves company, right? You want everybody to know how you're feeling.
I keep telling her, I'm like, get out there and hurt your back, Amy. Like, I need you in this moment.
And so since she's not going to do that, you're just annoying her so that she's also miserable.
So she's feeling pain of a different sort. Exactly right.
I highly doubt that Amy is getting annoyed with you.
I'm complaining about my back and she's complaining back to me about my complaining.
Right.
So like we're both on the same complaining field.
And you're like, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, ooh, soothing. Yeah.
So she doesn't immediately, every time you say it, have a comeback for how you could fix it. Like that, right? That's the greatest.
Well, right. Well, and I think if I were her, I really would be like, oh, really? Oh, really? It hasn't changed in 15 minutes? You mean your severe back injury didn't fix itself in the last 15 minutes? Oh, wow. Newsflash, everybody. Let's call the friggin' newscasters and get you on the 10 o'clock news because your back still hurts.
In your corner.
Like, that would be my response. It's like, It's not a news flash. It's just, but I just have to say it again because it still hurts, you know?
Yeah. It's because you want to say it every second that it hurts. You want to. So you are letting it build up to such a tension that then you have to release it. So I think every 15 minutes is a good middle ground there.
Right. Okay. And I feel like I'm doing such a Herculean job of suppressing this pain and acting like it's not happening. But then I have to go, everybody look at what I'm doing. This is amazing. Somebody needs to know about it.
Yeah, if you just sit there in silence, they don't really appreciate the fact that you're in pain, but you're not talking about it.
Right.
Right. Yes.
Or if you're not rolling around on the floor, like clutching your knee, how are they going to know that your knee hurts?
That's right.
That's why I clutch my knee every time it hurts.
Right. Clutch whatever hurts
Every
time.
single time and roll on the
Nonstop.
floor so they know how literally serious it is.
Just screaming your butt off.
Well, and the one more thing I thought about complaining is, and I think one of y'all already hit on this, is that like complaining, like just kind of for complaining's sake, I think, can be dangerous. You can get addicted to it. I also think there's a difference between complaining about something temporary that has a solution versus complaining about something that's like either like way bigger than you, like complaining about the state of the government versus complaining when you stub your toe and it hurts for 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Are two very different things, right?
Right.
Like if someone complains about my smell, like, okay, right now we can change it now. Now we can take steps. But if you complain about my height, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like this is just
man.
how tall I am.
That's tough. But there's okay, now we've moved into the grievance category. So we have complaints and we have grievances. So I feel like if you have a legitimate grievance, you can state that grievance. Like, you smell bad. Can we do something about that? That is a grievance. But if you're just like, you stink, that's kind of a mean complaint.
Is making fun of someone just complaining inappropriately? I think it is.
You are way too short. I can't even talk to you right now.
You're so short.
I just want to roll around on the ground clutching you so that everyone can tell how frustrated I am with your shortness. Well, listen, I think the world would be a better place if more people took the posture of Amy. She understands that this back pain is temporary and she's helping me by letting me complain. And so the whole world, I think, should just let each other complain a little bit. And I think we'd all be better off.
I agree.
So,
we figured it out.
Call me anytime you guys need to vent. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
But now what if you need to vent about the person
Right.
that has invited you to vent?
Right.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
I think you still got to do it.
I think
though.
you can change the name, and probably that person would never guess, even if they're talking directly about that person.
Right.
That's how blind we are to our own foibles.
Yeah, I think you're right too. Yeah, my brother-in-law, Floney, man, he is like getting on my nerves.
Oh, Floney.
Oh man. Okay, well, thanks for letting me get that off my chest, guys. But
Yeah,
before we get out of here, what
a terrible
we should
thought.
rate. We should rate complaining, obviously. So, Shishi, you're up first. What do you rate complaining?
Sorry, I got heartburn out the wazoo. This damn heartburn.
Literally?
Literally.
That's my rating. Sorry, was that not clear?
Heartburn out the wazoo is now the new best rating we've ever given. Oh man.
I was gonna think of something to do with
It
my hair on
blends.
fire, but obviously you're gonna complain about that. So, I don't know.
Right.
Right. Okay, that's a good one then. Tom, what do you rate complaining?
I'm just going to rate complaining about 8 out of 10 floanies. I think that covers it.
Yeah. That guy's on my last nerve. We started this episode, Frank, so I'm going to actually literally end Frank and say I'm going to rate complaining 100 out of 100 good listeners.
Aww.
Nice.
That's what we need. That's what's getting me through this back pain and this life.
That's right.
This improv life is good
A
listeners.
sincere rating. Those are so few and far between. And that really just touched my heart.
Might be the first one in 66 episodes
Yeah.
if I'm keeping tally marks right here on my wall. So,
So you have one tally mark is what you're saying.
I have one
Right.
mark. Yeah, exactly.
You just started the tally marks.
Yeah. What do we have? 190 something ratings,
Right.
and one sincere one.
That blows my mind.
So it's on that note that we will call it an episode. Hey, thank you again to Brittany S. for sending us a review. If you have a review burning in your mind, we would love to take it and turn it into wisdom for the masses. You can
Yes.
send that to us at reviews@kick.cool, or hit us on social medias. Give us your reviews. You could be the next Brittany S.
Wow. Can you imagine? Sherry, can you imagine that?
Now that she's emancipated, she's kind of, just breaking out of all of her molds.
All right. We also want to thank the band Bugs for letting us use the song Reviews as our theme song. Please go like their Facebook page and, send them a smoke signal. Just throw one up in the air.
Yeah, they'll see that from Australia.
Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, so come on over and visit us on our social media. We love hearing from you guys, and we love getting comments, and love seeing you share our stories and everything. So we are at Kick the Cool on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
What a good episode. What a great episode, everybody.
Awesome.
Good job.
Really, all the way around. Especially a switchboard over there, you guys, sound engineers, like everybody, really. Just everybody. Everybody did a great job. So I think we can pack that one in. So until next week, I'm Wop.
I'm She.
And I'm Tone.
All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. We love you.
Oops, I did it again. My life.
You'll feel better.
I need to get rid of all of this Coca-Cola gas.
Okay. You want
me.
me to come over and bear hug you?
Yes.
Are you patting yourself on the back like a baby?
On my belly because I can't reach my back.
I wish that was in the podcast.
There's always the tag.